Well, everyone, welcome to World at War Comics. Very excited to have artist extraordinaire, Mr. Todd Beats. Todd, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, man. It's such a pleasure to talk with you.
Pleasure to be here, my man. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
yeah, absolutely, man. Such a fan of your work, man. Some of these covers that you've been doing are just phenomenal, man. So I know we're going to get into some of that, but there's one in particular that I am just blown away with, and that is the War of Independence that you did.
Okay.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
hell
so
yeah.
good, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That one was definitely a bucket list item, getting to do anything with the Max.
Yeah, Sam Keith.
And
Oh,
yeah, Sam Keith was he was just such an incredible artist that I admired a lot back in the day. So and the Max was just such a fun character, dude. So
so good.
getting to do that was a blast, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny watching that on MTV and maybe not realizing the depth of that storyline until a little bit
Right.
later. I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap, man. It's so
Yeah.
deep in in the best way. It's incredible.
Yeah, it definitely hits a little bit better, differently when you get older.
Exactly. But man, Sam Keith is such a phenomenal artist. I know once in a while he comes back for small things, but just so talented, man. So yeah, I
Yeah.
can't blame you for being a big fan. Last night on your whatnot, you were talking about some of the folks that you really look up to, and you talked a little bit about Mark Silvestri.
Sure.
Yeah, can you talk about maybe that first time that you realized who Mark Silvestri was? Was it a younger age, or was it a little bit later when you got back into
Oh, no, yeah, it was, late '80s probably. His Wolverine run was my first, impact. Him and, Wolverine and Lady Deathstrike were battling. I don't remember the exact issues. I think it was Wolverine, something in the '80s maybe, like the issue in the '80s. um, in the 1980s. Issued in the 80s in the 1980s. Um, and there was just something about he was so dynamic, and the way he stretched body parts and like pushed violence and simplified backgrounds and like created atmosphere and stuff, which I know obviously he was influenced by the artists before him, but for me that was new. I hadn't seen anything like that before, and it was I still savor those books. I still look through those Wolverines, and just I'm like, how does he do that? Like, and then of course when he went over to Image with Todd and Jim and Rob and those guys, Eric, and did Cyberforce, like just more of the same good juice, and his X-Men run was excellent, of course. And I just love how, like, for me as an artist, I like to see that it is something that is drawn. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but I like seeing the artistic, the looseness. I would rather look at a sketchbook, an artist's sketchbook, than like a super polished, clean, inked with every line is like
yeah,
meticulously gone over. That stuff is beautiful in its own right, but I like that looseness. So and then when he came back and did that, the Batman Joker run, which is apparently his last set of comics he's going to do, to me, that's like if that is the last of his official comic run,
yeah,
like he ended at a peak, because the line work in there and the sketchiness and how he texturizes things. And I mean, it's just beautiful stuff to me.
yeah, yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. Obviously, all the things that you said, even the storyline, and I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. The way that he portrayed Joker in that, I felt like was so much like the Joker I grew up on. Like
Right.
everything about that storyline and that back and forth between Batman and Joker, it's everything that I think you want if you grew up with Batman in a comic book with Batman and the Joker in it. It was phenomenal. It's one of my favorite, I think, Batman run. I think it was it 10 issues, 12 issues, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was something like
Something like
that.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. It
so
was it
good.
was just excellent. Yeah, and if you got whether you got the books or the trade paperback, which I have both, or the hardcover trade, it's and they show you all the ink work and without the color. Oh, like, dude, that is good eats for me.
I bet. Would you consider him one of the most influential artists that you grew up with? I know you started reading in the '80s and really got into comic books. Was he one of the ones that had the most influence on you, or was there some others?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when people ask me this, my simple answer is, I mean, the Image founders,
Sure.
like that. I was when Image launched, I was probably 10, 11 years old, 11 years old, I think, because it was 91, if I remember correct.
Yeah, 90.
Um, and I mean, how more formidable year can you get than 11, 12, 13 years old, you know? Um, but Barry Windsor Smith, if you want to go back, guys like the artists, um, uh, Where the Sidewalk Ends with Shel
Mhm.
Silverstein, and um, uh, I'm blanking on the book name, but the monster book,
Yeah, Monsters in
Where
the
the Wild Things Are.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
That was great. I oddly got to meet Jeff Slemons
Oh,
yesterday, who I didn't know that name just by heart, but dude, I was a hardcore fanatic of the cartoon magazine that was back out in the that was out in the 90s.
yeah.
And he sat there and sketched out that piece, and I was like, holy crap, do you remember the book cartoon? He was like, oh yeah, I used to illustrate. I was like, that was, oh my god, dude. Like, hi, that's cool. Let's draw together, I guess. um but Calvin Hobbes, Bill Watterson, Jim Davis with Garfield, the He-Man cartoons, GI Joe, like that's the stuff that, like,
Mhm.
those are the pieces that started to build my fascination with illustrating characters, so to speak. So, yeah, those guys are all major influences. Eric Larson,
Yeah.
um, Todd McFarlane, of course, is up there with. He's probably my favorite, but I would never want or try to draw like Todd. Right?
Mhm.
I But if somebody said, "Hey, you can just steal any artist's entire skill set, and that's now your skill set, and that's how you draw," it would be Mark. So, there's some differences there, but yeah, those guys, they changed the game in a way that a lot of people just don't. If you weren't around at that time, you don't understand the impact that they had. Even guys like Rob, who gets all kinds of hate these days.
Yeah.
Like, he was doing stuff nobody else was doing, man. There was a reason he was selling millions and millions of books.
Yeah.
And it was fun and entertaining and energetic and loose and wild, and I loved all that stuff, man. Hell yeah.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, the guy did a Levi ad. He was on night shows. Like
Yeah.
he, he jumped out in front as kind of the face of Image for a while there. And yeah, I absolutely love Rob. He does get a lot of crap. Again, it is what it is in this
Hey
day
man,
and age.
fans are ruthless. You guys are
Fans are ruthless, bro.
ruthless. You guys have no idea. Like, Rob could draw all you under the table, for the most part. So don't get it twisted. That man is very skilled.
100%, yeah. And he has some pretty amazing creations too that he has
Yep.
built, not just for Image, but at Marvel. And I mean, it's, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, man. He's so talented. I do love him. I'm more of a Todd guy, just because of that Spider-Man run is when I really got
Oh yeah.
captured. Oh my
Yeah.
God. And I kind of felt bad for Eric Larson following Todd, because I don't think Eric gets the credit he should get, because his run on Spider-Man is phenomenal.
Fantastic, dude.
But I
Yeah.
think Todd is just, he's so boisterous and he's always out there.
Yeah.
But man, and Eric's a little bit more
Yeah.
quiet in the background, but Eric can draw too, man.
Dude, absolutely. His when the Spider-Man cover with Spider-Man and um Deathlock,
Yes.
and Spider-Man's got the Deathlock arm thing going, and that whole series. And I mean, Eric definitely had his hands full following Todd, but he did his own
Yeah.
thing, and he did it extremely well. And it's kind of interesting even now, watching the two of them, because they're both kind of semi-battling for the greatest independent book created ever, longest lasting and most consistent. And as much as I love Todd and give him all his flowers, I don't think that what Eric has accomplished will ever be matched to write and illustrate and produce the book yourself day in and day out for 30 years. I mean,
Yeah.
uh that's craziness. So that dude definitely, and he's great. Like, I've got to meet him and hang out and talk with him several times in San Francisco when I've been at San Francisco Fan Expo, and he's so generous with his time and his I sat at his table for 30 or 40 minutes at the on the last day on Sunday and just chatted him up, and he was just happy about it, man. He's such a humble dude, and uh draws with the weirdest
He's that.
mechanics. If anybody's ever seen Eric, like, it, I had never seen him actually draw, and I was like, how are you even, how's that work, dude? But
It's
after
weird.
seeing it, I'm like, okay, your style actually makes sense to me now, like how your stuff comes across. So yeah, killer artist for sure.
Yeah, he kind of does this thing with a pencil,
Yep,
and
yeah,
it's
he
all
like
crooked.
holds it,
Yeah,
and then I mean,
it's
yeah, dude.
awesome though. Yeah, he's so good though.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, whatever you got to do. If you got to do it with your toes and you can still draw like that, it's all good to me, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive the way it ends up being. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with you. Todd has accomplished a lot, but man, to write and to draw for 30 years is insane. I mean, I don't know
Day in and day out. Like,
how do you
he
get the
just,
energy to do that every single, like, you need a break
yeah.
sometime, but nah, he just keeps going.
I mean, he's a machine, dude.
Yeah.
It's impressive. What people really don't understand is how, um to him at this point, it's probably because I when I was talking with him, I think he said that sometimes he can do 3 or 4 pages in a day.
That's
Like, in a day, dude. Pencil, ink, story in a day, 3 to 4 pages, dude. Like, that's crazy, dude.
yeah,
That's bananas.
it is bananas. I mean, yeah, no, that's insane. I think, I mean, what is the average you think for an interior page? Like a couple days for an interior page? Sometimes I've seen it
Yeah, I mean, I
one a
think
day, maybe.
it's a
Yeah,
day for pencils. It's a day for, like, if you're having to do tight pencils for an inker, it's a day.
yeah,
If you're doing your own pencils and inks, you can maybe do one in a day, depending on how complex the page is, but it's probably closer to a day and a half.
yeah,
I mean, I think that any artist worth their salt at that stage could crank out a page a day, but I think some of the quality would suffer. Speaking of Todd McFarlane, when he was doing 2 volumes a month, like, he was doing it, but it wasn't the same quality of work that you were seeing when he did his full run on the new Spider-Man series, when the details were all in there and the ink, like, it was just immaculate. Um, so I do think there is some sacrifice there, but uh, it's crazy impressive. It's
yeah.
crazy impressive.
So impressive. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And then, we get back to Mark. I've been fortunate like you to be able to meet him a few times. They call him the gentle giant. I don't think people
Yeah.
realize how big this man is. He's like
Yes.
6'7", but he's so
Yeah.
soft spoken and so kind. It's incredible.
Yes.
One of the nicest people
Yeah.
I think I've ever met in comics.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to meet a couple times in person. Once at San Diego Comic Con and once at LA Comic Con. I was supposed to. I went to do a private signing in December that he was also supposed to be at, and I was so excited for, because it was going to be an event where he wasn't going to have to, like, do fan service, and I was going to actually have some meaningful conversation with him. And that didn't work out. He ended up having to had some something held him back. he
Yeah,
was not able to make the event, and I was very, very sad about that. But I know at some point I'll get to meet him and have a better conversation. So
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Especially when he hears how much he means to you. I think he likes that with other artists, and
yeah.
just I think he's a natural mentor as well. So
Oh, yeah, I totally get that vibe from him. He's and I think most of us in this industry that have quote unquote made it are
yeah,
like, we know how hard it is to get here, and I think we get excited when somebody else is also wanting to get into it. So I think it is natural for us to be like, okay, cool. Well, then you should probably be doing this, and you can do that, and da 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 da. And as long as, like, for me, I'm very supportive of anybody that messages me or asks questions. And as long as I feel like you are taking some of my advice and actually applying it, as opposed to just trying to have conversations with me, I'm gonna keep talking to you.
yeah,
But more often than not, people just go, "So how do I get to your level?" And you're like, "Oh, geez, like, I mean, are you drawing at all at this point?" You know? So, you try to get some gauge of where they are, or where they're struggling, and then give them feedback from that standpoint. And I mean, dude, I probably get 30 to 50 of those kind of messages a month, and have for the last 4 to 5 years.
yeah.
And there's probably 4 to 5 people that have taken my advice and actually done something with it, and are continuing to do something with it. And, like, I mean, it's awesome. It's great watching them grow and expand and build a fan base and get their skills up and evolve their style. And, like, that's we can't get enough unique voices in this industry. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it, helping people find their artistic voice and their style and their expression, and hopefully finding something unique for them to offer us. So
You've been drawing for quite a while. I think from what I've read, from like 11, 12, 13 years old, you started drawing, and maybe even earlier than that.
oh, sure,
Um,
yeah,
you did a lot of professional work, and then you took a break for a little while. I don't want to get into if it's personal, but I didn't know if it was maybe burnout a little bit, or was it just something personal you were able to come back to it? And when you did come back,
sure,
you came strictly to comics. Are you able to kind
yes,
of talk about that? I think there's
sure.
lessons in there too, right? Because it's very taxing.
Yeah, yeah. So the quick story is, I've been drawing, like, my first memories are of me drawing. Um, 3, 4 years old, asking my mom how to draw a lightning bolt, drawing airplanes in pre-K, trying to draw Garfield, trying to draw cartoon characters, trying to illustrate and stuff. Finding Coming 7, 8 years old, coming across the original Laird Eastman Ninja Turtles, um, being fascinated. My buddy introducing me to Spider-Man, finding Mark Silvestri and Wolverine. So I've been drawing my whole life. Um, at about 20 years old, I kind of gave that up. I found a girl. Me and that girl had kids. Parenthood got in the way for 3 to 4 or 5 years. We got a divorce. Lo and behold, a 20-year-old with two kids. The marriage didn't work out. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
um,
so rare.
but yeah, so rare. And so I ended up with some free time, and I met a girl that did abstract art, and that changed my perspective on what art could be. um, because when I was doing comics, when I was drawing in my teens, I was super hard on myself. I could produce a decent piece of work, but I never saw that. It was always everything that was wrong with it that I saw. So here comes this abstract art world, and suddenly there's no wrong way to do it. So I just dove headfirst into that and loved it. And then that expanded into doing portraits full time, abstract full time, portraits full time, graphic design. I'm doing this to I decide to I'm like, oh, I don't need a job. I can just pay the bills being an artist. I figure out what the math. I need to do this many pieces of canvases and whatever. And so I'm just like, I'll just do that. That was not a smart move, by the way. So I don't recommend that to anybody. But what it did is it forced me to hustle. So I learned graphic design. I learned how to do photography. I learned how to do videography. I produced music. Um, I made, I shot, edited, produced music videos and political ads and cooking shows and stuff on YouTube. Like there was so many things that I did to make ends meet. That's when I got burnt out. By the time about 1996, 97 rolled around, I'm now with my current wife. We were a year or two into our relationship. My kids were getting older. I had, two of them. And it was like, I was living in Oklahoma. That was not the most artist loving place to live.
They're not
Um,
known for great art pieces in Oklahoma, huh? That's wild.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And just like the area in general, I had been ready to get out of there for a long time, but I stayed because I wanted to be part of my kids' lives, and they were old enough at this point to be like, okay, you can come with me or you can stay with mom. I'll still visit or whatever. So my oldest son came back with me. My youngest son stayed back home with his mom. Um, we moved to Portland, Oregon, and I thought I was going to get right back into art when we got here. And then, like the day we landed, I was like, I can't really just start this career over from scratch right now because we have like $10 in our pocket. We managed to have just enough money basically to get to land into Portland and to sign our 1 month lease, and then had no other prospects, no other money, no nothing. So I had to hustle again. And I came across Postmates. Um, some of you might similar stuff, DoorDash,
Yeah.
Grubhub, that kind of stuff. And that's what I did for 4 years. It was a nice relief. Like, oh, I just have to push this button and go where you tell me and pick up this thing and take it to somebody else, and you're just going to give me money. Like, yeah, I can do that all day long. I've been begging people for dollars to buy my art for the last 15 years. This is easy peasy. So doing 100 hours a week, doing that for the first couple years was uh, helped me learn consistency and patience. And uh, after 3 4 years, I started getting the itch to do art again, and I was comfortably making enough to pay the bills, and I had paid off our debts, and we were doing, okay. We didn't have health insurance or any of that stuff, but we were doing what we needed to do, and it was far less stressful than my whole previous 15 years or so had been. Um, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna start drawing again, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just know I need to do something artistic. I gave myself a challenge. I was like, I'm gonna draw a tiger a day every day for 30 days. For 1 month, I'm just gonna pick one thing and I'm gonna draw that thing every day. I'm gonna do it live. I'm gonna post the results no matter what. And then the next month I'll pick a different subject matter and I'll do that the next month. So my concept was I'm just going to expand my skills and try to pick something to get good at every month and just see what happens. After a handful of weeks, I was getting some attention. People were watching because I was doing this live, and I'm just like, I'm looking at a reference. And because I did portraits and all that stuff, I can look at a reference and I can draw it freehand and get pretty stinking close. So I was doing it straight to ballpoint pen, which I think people gravitated to and thought was impressive. I all I saw was the mistakes again, but people were impressed and they started making requests and asking for different animals. And at first I was like, no, 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 that's not what I'm doing. I'm only doing tigers. I'm only doing deer or whatever. And at some point I start going, oh well, maybe I can take requests. This will keep it interesting. I'll engage the audience.
Yeah.
And they started, oh, can you draw a Quetzalcoatl? Can you draw a Gila monster? Can you draw a lizard? Can you draw a wolf? Can you draw a lion? Cool, 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 right? And then somebody's like, can you draw Venom? It's like, Venom? Yeah, dude, I can draw a Venom.
Actually do that pretty good.
Yeah, it's like, okay. So I did a Venom and that was okay. Like, I look at that one and I still laugh, but I did okay. And then, so can you draw a Ninja Turtle? Oh, yeah, okay. And then suddenly it was all these anime and manga characters who I had no idea what they were, but it's TikTok that I'm on. So it's all these young kids and anime stuff. So I started finding the names that would come up more frequently and I would pick them and I would draw them. And I did this for 6 months straight. Every single day, I drew something first thing in the morning before I went out and did my shift driving and making my actual dollars. I did it for 6 months straight. I posted the videos. I did it live. I showed everybody what the results were no matter what. And I built a fan base. Like all of a sudden I have, you know, 10, 12, 15,000 followers at 6 months. Uh, I post a video about that. That video does relatively well on TikTok, 300,000 views or something like that.
That's pretty good.
It was awesome at the time for sure. Like it blew me away. And some Instagram magazine, I don't know what else to call it, a puberty or something of that sort, picked up that video and asked permission to post it. They did. That video did 4 or 5 million views, which helped kick my Instagram following up from a few hundred followers to 3 or 4 thousand, which kind of started the train rolling. And, it's just been that ever since, man. It's just been, okay, I'm going to get behind the desk, I'm going to put in work, and then whatever happens, happens as a result. I'm not chasing anything, I'm allowing whatever success wants to come my way as a result of my work to occur. And I'm not stressed about what that's going to be. I'm not trying to, if Marvel never calls, I'm fine.
Yeah.
If DC never calls, which they did today, by the way.
Ooh, yeah.
Um,
I have a
so
few
that's,
requests on titles I would like you to do covers for.
I'm sure. But like that's not what it was about. It was about, I'm here to see how good I can get. And the only way I'm going to figure out how good I can get is if I put my time behind the desk drawing. And if I'm going to be drawing, I might as well be marketing myself. So I might as well turn the camera on and let you guys watch. And then after I'm done recording all that, I might as well show you the sped up process so that you can consume it quickly. And it's just like, I, whatever, people have figured out that they like me, I guess. It's a bizarre experience. um it's weird, like I was talking to my mom. I had the a show the other day where I sold my artist proofs. And of course she's wondering like, how'd your show go? And I was like, oh, thank God it went pretty good. And she was like, were you worried it wouldn't? And I was like, always. I'm
Yeah.
always worried it's not. You don't just um remove 44 years of relative abject failure
Yeah.
and then like have a couple years where you're starting to have some success, and then you're just like, oh yeah, everything's always going to be fine. It's like, no, dude, I got trauma, dude. I got trauma, dude. I'm scarred, man. I'm always waiting for everybody to figure out that I'm not that great. So yeah, it's an interesting ride and I'm grateful for it. And uh, I'm still just getting started, in my opinion. I have a lot of things to learn and get better at, and so that's what I'm working on.
I love it. I love it. I love that your wife with the abstract art seemed to have been pivotal to you to be able to kind of release some of the things that maybe were
Mm.
holding you back by finding just nothing but errors all the time. And not, I don't know if you agree with that, but just from the story, it sounds like she played a pretty pivotal role in you being
She
able to,
did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Now I'll have to clarify because if my actual wife watches this, she will not like that.
Oh,
That was my uh,
oh,
first girlfriend, my longtime girlfriend after my first wife.
well, if you're in trouble, man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm so
Yeah, no,
sorry.
you're in trouble. You weren't
Yeah, I
listening.
know.
It's all good.
I swear to God, I did not know.
It wasn't me, babe. It wasn't
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah. So that girl, yes, our relationship didn't work out, but I still give her credit. She absolutely, that experimental process fed stuff that I'm still doing today. Like I'm comfortable screwing up a piece of art now
yeah,
because I know that mistakes can create extremely cool, unique opportunities that you can't get if you don't make the mistake. Like if you're always trying to be perfect, you can't find something new. You know what I mean? One of the things I used to say when I was in that development stage of my career was technique is for those that are scared to discover one.
mm,
So I'm very much about I just let me see what happens. Let me put this down. Okay. I mean, what if you ruin it? What's the worst case scenario? You know, like there's always more paper.
yeah,
I'm not running out of pencils or pens anytime soon. So, and I've got all the time in the world at this point. So, let's just get better and see where this thing takes us.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, explains why your battle beast is so good. If you were drawing lions for a month, um,
Yeah,
battle
yeah.
beast is so amazing.
Thanks,
Last
man.
night, and I actually put the link to your whatnot up at the top of all the comments. You should go over there and definitely subscribe to Todd's whatnot. This Invincible, the 4 covers that you're working on right now,
Thank you, dude. Yeah,
so amazing, man. So
thank you.
amazing. I think when do they come out?
So I was mistaken on the dates originally. I thought it was the 11th and the 18th,
Okay.
respectively, but it is the 18th and the 25th. So the 18th is Battle Beast 7, which is the third of 4 panels in the connecting covers. And then the 25th will drop the Invincible 1 reprint and the Invincible Returns reprint. The Invincible 1 is a wraparound cover, so that's 2 panels, um, and they'll be matte foil, all of them. They connect. It's beautiful. I can't wait to get those in hand and see how they actually look in person. Because if it turns out even remotely close to what's in my head, I'm going to be a very happy camper, and I think the fans will too.
Absolutely. The first thing I did was I called Zach. He's the owner of my comic shop. I said, please make sure that you order. And my son-in-law was on the whatnot last night too, because he's a huge Invincible fan. And so I
Yeah,
said, we need 2 of each of those covers for me and my son.
yeah,
So he goes, all right, man, I'm gonna look for them. I'm like, dude, we're
hell
gonna
yeah,
those.
yeah. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
The support is everything, man. Like, and I tell this to people all the time. It's, you know, a lot of times they're like, I mean, I can't buy anything. I'm like, dude, you watching my videos
yeah,
is enough. You commenting is plenty. You hating is even a contribution. So the fact that anybody is paying any attention to me whatsoever, I take it very, very seriously, and appreciate every single person that does so.
yeah, yeah. No, I think that
I
kind of
definitely like your dollars the most, though.
yeah. Hey, man, let's be
I
honest,
mean,
right?
not to play favorites or anything, but if you help me eat, then yeah, we're much better on
We're in
much
good
better
standings, right?
terms.
We have one question from Pete Patron. Which character is your favorite to draw?
Ah, man, I get this question all the time. Whichever one has been requested of me.
Really? Yeah,
So last night I did this Rorschach. I've never done a Rorschach before.
that's so good.
Um,
Oh, hold on, let me blow it
I
out.
I I I get excited about the challenge of finding the character and doing my best to embody that character in the piece of work that I do. So um, now, if you're gonna say no, 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 that's not what I mean. I mean, uh, life has told you that you're now going to have to only draw one character again for the rest of your life. I'm probably gonna have to say either Spider-Man or Wolverine. Like those two are my early impressions, or the Ninja Turtles. Those three are my top three for sure. But dude, I love the whole Invincible universe.
yeah,
I love so many different characters for so many different reasons. I tend to do like the anti-hero vibe the best. The Wolverines, the Ghost Riders, the Venoms, the Rorschachs, like the guys that are nitty gritty, Lobo, that kind of stuff. So those are the ones that I think match my style the best. I struggle a little bit with characters like Superman. Um, for some reason, I don't know what it is about Superman that I haven't figured out yet. I
mm,
will one day like get it to a place where when I draw Superman, I see Superman and go, okay, cool. That's my version of Superman, and I like him. But Batman, Joker, those guys like that gritty stuff is what I think matches my style the best for sure.
all right. K-pop, who also has a great channel. Then which character is your least favorite to draw?
Anybody that follows my shows, I'm not a big fan of mech robots, anything with like super straight lines. I can do them, and I do them well, but it is a similar process to what portraits were for me, which is the end result is beautiful and amazing. I'm always happy with it, but the whole process up until then it being done is rough. It's not mentally satisfying to me. It's more of a struggle, even if the results are good. So I do kind of stray away from anybody asking me for any mech or any of that stuff. I will. That's
No
something I will at
Transformers?
some.
No Transformers from you?
I mean, yes, I am going to eventually do a Transformers covers.
Right.
I've had several requests for that. I almost did one in January, but I was too busy.
Yeah.
But it, it's not my favorite. It's not the
Yeah.
top of my list for sure. It's on my bucket list because how can you not do the Transformers right at my
Right.
age? But if I'm choosing, those are the ones I'm avoiding for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like what Daniel Warren Johnson did on his 20 issue run, um, Transformers, like you said, is a lot of straight lines, but he really kind of went against that rule. Although there were straight
Mhm.
lines, with his whole style is just so much movement and twisting and
Mhm.
everything and all of his characters, and he was able to do that. I feel like you could do something like that too. I would think, even with Transformers.
Yeah. I
Where,
think I could as well. It would take the part that would take some time is drawing them enough times
mm,
to unlock that part of my brain that goes, well, if it's a machine, because this is what's happening in my brain when I'm drawing those.
mhm.
It doesn't make sense for this thing to go here or that to go there because then how does he bend his arm?
Yeah,
So he's got to be able to bend his arm. So there's got to be something over there that makes, you know, that's what's happening in my brain and it's obnoxious,
yeah, yeah.
right? Like I'm too busy thinking about what would really happen. And so like the Transformers movie that Michael Bay and it was Michael Bay, right?
Like a big
And
director. Yeah,
Bruckheimer, yeah.
yeah,
The one thing I liked about that is they kind of made the machinery a little more organic-y. Like, okay, I can see how that would be more flexible, but when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it like an actual machine, and I don't have enough technical understanding um, to to draw that freely and not like go, oh, it wouldn't work. You couldn't do that. Like if he's made of metal, he can't be like flexing like
right.
this. It's too weird. So one day I will get loose enough to be like, oh, nobody cares about that. Just make it look cool.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I could see you doing a Cobra Commander from GI Joe.
Mm, yep. Yep.
Phenomenal, man. Oh,
Yeah, I did a Cobra Commander
did you?
sketch cover. God, that's got to be at least 2 years ago at this point. But yeah,
It's been a while.
the all the GI Joe guys, Street Fighter guys. That I mean, I'm doing it. That's why I say when people say, "What's your favorite?" Like all of them, man.
Yeah,
There's I don't know how it's possible that there's characters I haven't done yet, but there's a lot of characters I haven't done yet. So I'm trying to knock them all off the list.
One of the other things that I saw is that you're going to be at MegaCon.
Yep. ECCC, MegaCon, WonderCon all this month. So it's going to be a crazy busy month. Yeah.
That's going to be a busy month. I am going to MegaCon, so I look forward to meeting you in
Hell
person
yeah.
when we're there. But what are you bringing to all your
Uh,
cons? Do you have certain covers that you're able to kind of announce, or they can't be announced yet? That you bring?
so I'm hoping that Battle Beast 7 will be in hand. That's what I'm aiming for. I thought that all three of those covers were going to be available for MegaCon literally until today. And I was like, wait, what? The 25th? That doesn't work at all. Um, but I do know that the Battle Beast will be in hand and shipped for that one. I'll have my Darkness 1 covers. I'll have I have a few Battle Beast 3s and a few Battle Beast 1s left, not many. And then just my other stash of stuff. Twisted Turtles is a indie book that I've done. I'll have some of those. Um, let's see what else. Uh, Curse of Cleaver County. Like I'm getting to the point where I can't even keep track of these anymore. TMNT Naruto,
Oh, that's a great cover.
some Witchblades.
Yeah,
Yeah, there'll be a few in hand for sure. And then
absolutely.
of course commissions, people like headshots and sketch covers and stuff like that, and then prints of all the books. I will have prints of the Invincibles available.
Oh, you
So
will.
yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So I picked up your Witchblade last night on the whatnot. I'm excited with this
Nice.
history.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
excited to get that in my hands because I have a lot of Sylvester
Nice.
autographs, and then to have yours on it as well, I think is phenomenal,
Hell yeah.
man.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Um, and then one of the things that I wanted to ask you, Todd, just pertaining to like how do you make a decision on working with a publisher? You know what I mean? So you
Sure.
probably like you obviously said you got a call from DC today. That's pretty exciting as a DC guy. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
getting dark here, but behind me it's all DC figures and Spawn figures.
Nice.
But like, do you put a lot of thought in it, or does that not bother you? Like the characters within
Um,
that publisher make a difference?
sure. So the in the for full transparency, the majority of these covers at this stage have been what's known, if
Gotcha.
people don't understand, retailer exclusives.
Yep.
So the publishers themselves did not necessarily approach me. It was retailers that were doing exclusives,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically where the publisher makes it available for retailers to hire their own artists and produce their own books. They have to buy a minimum quantity of those books, and then we have then I get comps, or I buy comps to make available to my fan base. Um, at this stage, I've not been. I'm starting to get pickier because I'm getting so many requests that it's like, I mean, I've figured out that my limit is definitely like 2 covers a month
Yeah.
to be comfortable. I did 7 and I was scheduled to do 9 um, from mid-December to mid-January.
Oh,
So that's too many.
yeah.
That was way too many. So I am starting to get to the place where I'm getting a little pickier about what books I'm jumping on. A lot of the bigger ones like DC, it was like they want to see a portfolio of stuff that you've done that is proven to some degree before they're even going to let you do a retailer exclusive. Image is much looser, and depending on the group, Skybound or Extreme or whoever is working from Image, they'll even have some say yes or no if you're an artist that they'll allow to be a retailer exclusive. So I'm still technically kind of working my way up into being an official variant
Yeah.
cover artist, where it's the publishers that have directly contacted me and they're like, we want you to be a cover B or a cover C or whatever. I did, I guess technically my first real publisher variant cover will be for um, Only the Savage Are Left, from Dark Horse, which is coming out, I think, next month.
Oh wow.
And I don't know if I have one down here. Let's see if I can grab that. But I actually love this cover. It turned out fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, uh, One second. Let me see if I can grab it. Are you in here? Are you in here? There you are.
Oh,
So
it's getting
that's
pretty
going to
dark.
be.
Oh yeah.
So this is the cover for Only the Savage Are Left,
That's crazy.
and like the buildings and stuff that are in there. I absolutely loved. I
Birds
was
up there.
nervous about doing that. Yeah, it's a crazy dystopian kind of vibe, and this guy is a killer. I love the inks, how the inks turned out on this one. Um, and my style again is still evolving in that way. So I guess that's technically my first um, publisher variant. So
Congrats, man. That's
I'm
awesome.
thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Huge.
I'm just it's just another step, man.
Yeah.
Like it's cool, but it doesn't stop anything. It's still work. You can't take it, you can't be like, oh, I finally made it and now I can just walk around for the rest of my life and go, hey, I was a DC published artist. I was a you know It's
Yeah.
like, no, dude, I'm trying to do something bigger than one great cover or one great book. I wanna have a legacy that people talk about me the way I talk about Mark or Todd or Jim or any of those guys. So that's what I'm working towards. We'll see if I have enough years left in me to get there.
Yeah. Is the is like the future the transition into interiors? Is that the
Uh,
goal, is to get in interiors on a title?
so it's not necessarily the goal. So
Hmm.
uh, I I have figured out that I am much more I'm a fine artist at
Hmm.
heart. So I think doing covers is kind of where my sweet spot is currently.
Yeah.
I do think that at some point I will. So this is my goal.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not it, I can draw buildings. I can draw trees. I can draw dogs and cats, and I can do all of that stuff. What I'm not great at yet is I'm not super proficient at doing those things panel to panel to panel to panel to panel.
Hmm.
I'm not currently super proficient at making a character look the same every single time I draw them, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to do that if you're an interior artist.
Sure.
So my goal is when I get through this massive list of commissions and some of the other stuff that I've already committed to is to start developing those skills on my YouTube live in front of people so that I can go, okay, hey, listen, I'm a good artist. You guys look at my stuff, you love it, but these are the things I'm weak in. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a show where I am like a weekly show or maybe multiple times a week where I'm specifically developing those skills
Yeah.
and I'm taking people along with me to get more proficient and efficient at those things so that when I do decide to do interiors, it's not so daunting that I hate it.
Yeah.
Um, and then I will most likely um, try to produce my own book.
Yeah.
I will, and I envision it being like a one shot, like a Watchmen style graphic novel where it's one big long book, it's one great story. I'm not committed to 5 or 10 years. I don't have to keep doing it. um because I love movies. I thought I was going to be a director at some point. I have stories in my head that I would like to tell. But I don't think I'm a Ryan Otley or an Eric Larson or one of those guys who just love drawing panels at this stage.
Sure.
Now I might get to a point where I'm like, I need more of a challenge, and so this is the challenge I'm taking on, and I maybe I will find the love for that kind of panel work. But For now, I love doing covers, man. I like having something totally new and different, day to day. That's what gets my juices going.
Man, that's understandable. And I don't know, but it sounds like you're going to take the same approach you did when you picked up a ballpoint pen on
Yep.
TikTok, right? And then just right in
Yep.
front of everybody, just develop yourself. I love that. And then everyone could
Yeah.
be around for the ride too. And I think that shows the human side that a lot of people forget that takes place for
Yep.
artists like Jorge Jimenez, right? That guy
Right.
is killing it on Batman, but
Dude.
no one thinks about what you just talked about, all that time of practicing to be able to get to that point and to be able to see it live and kind of
Yeah.
ride that wave with you, Todd. I think it's pretty cool, man. I don't know too many
Yeah.
people that are doing that.
I mean, I think that it's tough, man. Like it's hard to be vulnerable,
Yeah.
you know. And artists at their core are super vulnerable, and they don't want people to see their mistakes, and they don't want to see people struggling with their skill. They want to be, they only want you to see the thing that they worked really hard on, that is they're considering perfect now or whatever.
Yeah.
Um I'm I learned in my life or pursuit or journey or whatever that there's a balance to all things. So if there's a lot of strength and vulnerability, right? So okay, I'm going to show you that I don't mind failing, and I don't mind doing it in front of you, and I don't mind showing you that I'm going to work through it, and I don't mind, um like, there's people that are still following me that, you know, were following me 4 or 5 years ago when I was just doing those sketches, and they're like, "Holy crap, dude! Like, the stuff you're doing now is insane." And it's like, yeah, you can go watch. By the way, like, it's all on video. Like, I do every single piece of art I do live on YouTube,
Yeah.
and have for at least 3.5 or so years, of this journey. And every video, every piece of art that I've done, period, in the last 5 plus years, is is out there. It's on TikTok. It's on Instagram. You can go see how far I've come. Um, so, yeah, dude, I think that I'm finding a niche that that not many people want or can do, I guess. Which is, it's not for the faint of heart, dude. You you got to have a pretty thick skin,
Yeah.
to put yourself out there like that, and then be willing to let people say whatever they're gonna say, and let it roll off your back, and be like, listen, man, you can think whatever you want about what my skills are today. I'm not working for my skills today. I'm working for where my skills are going to be 3 to 7 years from now, and you're going to be still complaining about how, somebody else's skills, and you're going to look at me and you're going to be like, oh, that's guy. I remember that guy drawing three. He's doing pretty good now. It's like, yeah, man, you keep going. You just keep going. Let the competition, like,
Yeah.
fall away. Let them give up, and you keep going, and success will be inevitable.
I love that, man. That's a bumper sticker, Todd.
Thanks, man.
Bumper
It's
sticker,
a long bumper sticker, but yeah, a good one nonetheless.
man. A good one nonetheless, man. I think that is true, and I think very helpful for other people who are artists who are struggling through some of the same things. Art is one of those professions that lives and dies by acceptance. Whereas a lot of other jobs that, like at my job, right? Obviously, I have to do a good job, or I could lose my job. But
Sure.
you could hide a long time before you get noticed that you're not doing, depending on the bigger. Whereas art, man, yeah, it's a little bit tougher. So I fully understand what you're coming from that perspective, because yeah, you live and die by someone accepting your art, because no one's going to buy something they don't like, right?
Well, yeah, you really only need one person to accept your art, and that's yourself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Like, the live and die, is correct, but that is not inside anybody else's hands except your own.
yeah,
So to me, um, I that is, and by the way, I know that's easier said than done.
yeah,
I know that that's a very difficult thing to get to a place to, and um, I preach it a lot, and I do try to help people get to that place, knowing how difficult it is to get there. But um, You can't, first of all, you can't be an artist because you want to be successful as an artist. Like, you have to be an artist because it's in you to do art. Let Success is relative. Things are as big for me as they've ever been. um, i am uh, I am having just as much fun doing it now as I was when I was drawing before my work shift.
Yeah.
you know um if anything, there's a part of me that it's like, I might need to pull back a little bit, and because I'm taking on too many things, and it's taking away the enjoyment part of it.
Yeah.
So I think that people have to, if you're going to be an artist, you got to do it because you want to be an artist. And then, if success comes, take it as you want it to have. Like, okay, cool, I like getting paid for my work, so I want to keep pursuing this. Maybe you don't want to get paid, maybe you don't like the pressure of having to fulfill somebody's uh dream by drawing the coolest Spider-Man or whatever and getting paid $200 to do it, or whatever the number is. Maybe that's too much, and takes the joy out of it, and you just want to do it as a hobby. There's nothing wrong with that at all, man. um, so I think everybody's pursuit is individual to them. And I think that finding and being honest with yourself with what you actually want out of it is super critical. I tell people all the time, you'll know what you want to be doing because you'll be doing it. um, and it's hard for people to grasp because they're like, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I would rather be doing what you're doing. It's like, well, yeah, no, you think you want to be doing what I'm doing because you're seeing it now that I'm good and successful, right? But you don't want to be doing this because you've tried,
Yeah.
and you encountered a little bit of adversity,
Yeah.
and you didn't like that experience. So
Yeah.
you put the pencil down and you went back to work, and you're like, this is much, much easier. you know?
Absolutely.
So I, there was an immense amount of sacrifice to get to this stage, an immense amount of sacrifice. Uh, uh, I cannot explain to people how difficult it was to be I was not a single father per se.
Hmm.
I had my co-parent, we shared custody. We went 1 week on, 1 week off. But when I had my kids, I was fully invested. I went and picked them up, I dropped them off, I did the cooking, I did the cleaning, I was a full-time parent, all the time. And trying to work in an art career that is already like, I don't want to give you any money for anything you're doing ever. Like, just draw it for me because it's cool and you like it, right? Um, like, that was a battle, dude. And friendships lost, and relationships tested and stretched to their max. And one of the things that burned me out was I got to a place where I knew on my end, when I was calling people, that they didn't want to answer the phone because I was going to have to borrow some money.
Right.
Whereas, like, hey man, can you front me $200 till next week? Because I don't have anything right now. Like, my lights are about to get shut off, the kids or whatever. And so it became I burned every bridge trying to get here. And I made do. I paid all my debts and stuff, but that doesn't always matter.
Yeah.
Like, people will still get sick of you begging.
Yeah.
you know cool, great, I'm glad you're going to pay me back, but, like, are you ever going to stop asking me for money?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, I'm trying.
Yeah. Exactly.
So when we moved here to Portland, it was very much like, um, I just got in my head, like, I'm not going to ask for money from anybody else anymore. And so that's what that journey there was, and that's what that taught me, is the value of grinding and persevering and pushing, and not trying to get something you haven't earned yet.
Yeah.
And that's what I was fighting against that whole first chunk of my art career. Was I jumped in too early, full bore, and I started off in debt in that way, you know. So when I did it the second time, I was doing it while I was working and I was building my career up and I was building my fan base up. And I didn't shift until I saw that, okay, I've got enough that if I can make, I'm pretty confident I can make 400, 500 bucks a week. And I think even if that's snug, I think I can make that happen. It seems to be possible that, if I shift from 2 hours a day to 4 hours a day or 6 hours or 8 hours a day doing this, that I can make this happen. And even then it took 6 more months of drawing pretty hardcore before things really started to roll. But man, once they did, I got on Whatnot. I think it was twenty December 2022, I feel like. And it was December or January 23 that I'm yeah, January 2023, that it was like something happened on Whatnot. People saw my stuff, and man, I have not had a day off since.
Wow.
Like it's just been sell, 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 people buying, buying, buying. And that expanded into retailers finding me through my network, through my marketing, and asking me to do things. And then now that has expanded into, now I have these books that have covers, and like it's blown my name up. And then, okay, cool. I did a couple. I did the TMNT Naruto. I did a Final Boss. I did a Witchblade. They were okay. I mean, we made a few bucks, but then Battle Beast comes out. I'm one of the ones that gets picked to do a Battle Beast cover. And I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it's been bananas
Yeah.
since about May of last year. I like tripled last year what I had done the year before, and I was doing okay the year before. So
Good for you.
it's been an adjustment for sure, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the challenge, and but yeah, man, it's not for the faint of heart, dude.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it takes so much work to get there, but I will tell you, you're a natural and whatnot. I had put in the, yeah, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put the link for all you that are listening, man. Get over there and follow Todd on whatnot. Some phenomenal stuff, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
Thank you.
so good. I was so excited. I watched the whole thing last night and I sent it to my son-in-law because he's a huge Invincible fan. I'm like, you got to
Okay.
see this, man. It's crazy. So he was all pretty excited. We were texting back and forth. I'm like, I want to get something, but I know my wife's going to kill me when she knows that
Yeah, is it? It's the first of the month. Shouldn't we pay rent? No, no, no. I need a Todd Beats print.
exactly, exactly. Well,
We'll take the late fee. It's fine.
she hasn't said anything yet. I don't think she's looked at the link yet. But
Nice.
no, it was awesome, man. I mean,
Thank you, brother.
congratulations, Todd. I feel like, I don't know, the culmination of all that work for it to start to pay off for someone like you that's been working so hard to get to this point. I mean, you love to see it as a fan. Uh,
Yeah.
it's, I don't know. I think we
Thanks,
want to
man.
see that in someone. So congratulations, bro. That's
I
incredible.
appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
I
Thank
get
you.
to interview a lot of people and I get to meet a lot of artists, and they all have that same goal, is to get to a point where people start to notice them and they start to get some
Hmm.
work. It's just, it's a pretty crowded, especially that global market now, right? It's not just the US
Yep.
competing against the Philippines, which has phenomenal artists, and Brazil
Yep.
and
Yep.
France, and it's just, it's a big pool that they're pulling from. So to be able to get your name out there, yeah, it takes a lot of marketing, man, and you did it.
I mean, it is, marketing is everything, dude.
Hmm.
I mean, if you have any skills whatsoever, if you're good and consistent at your marketing,
Hmm.
there's a fan base out there that can support you and you can make a living doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I talk about uh, showing my stuff live and doing it live and posting the videos and stuff, and people are, oh, I'm kind of uncomfortable. It's like, I mean, like, okay,
Yeah.
but like, you can, it's fine for you to not like that. It's
Yeah.
totally fine for you to be uncomfortable for that. But what you are now asking the universe to do is to put somebody uh, in your purview or in your world that's going to do all of that for you. which you're going to have to pay for, which you're going to have to, and they're going to bleed you dry. Okay. There's a reason that a lot of artists get burnt out, and um, they don't take their own power. They don't empower themselves to make those decisions, right? Like, I was encountered with a really difficult decision a few months back, where a, a big name was trying to recruit me to be exclusive to them and them only.
Mhm.
And I was thinking about it, because, like, this is a lot to manage, dude. It's a lot to manage. And it would be real nice to just be like, okay, what am I drawing this month? Okay, these two covers, cool. I'll talk to you guys later, you know. And I probably would have been financially done just fine, totally fine. Would have made good money, and it would have been great and a relief and all that. But uh, they wanted me to give up what I do on my social media.
Mhm.
And I'm like, but hold on a second.
10
So let
years
me
of
get this
building
straight.
this.
You want to take away the thing that brought you to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense, dude. Why would I? First of all, why would you want me to give
Yeah, I
that
could
up?
help you.
Right.
Right.
Like, I don't understand how me doing this does anything but help us be more successful. To their credit, you know, it is a very political world, and, like, they're concerned about making sure they have control about what's said and what people
Sure.
say, and they don't want backlash and all that stuff. And I'm like the least political guy
Yeah.
online. People ever talk about that stuff, I'm like, we don't do that here. Don't bring up politics in this room. That's about the only thing that's going to get you blocked. I
Yeah.
don't care. That's not what we're here for. There's plenty of that literally everywhere else.
Everywhere you look. Yeah.
um, so I'm just here to do my thing and then encourage others to do their thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I can't do that. I'm not giving that up. Like, I would be crazy. And then, about 6 weeks later, the Invincible thing happens. And I've got three covers with Invincible again, and all this other stuff is starting to pop off. And that may not have happened if I shifted over to them. And I, you know, like this, I can hire my own assistant. I
Yeah.
can hire my own editor. I can hire my own social media guy at some point. So all of that is in play is going to fall into place,
Sure.
as long as I keep my head down and do the work, and follow the rules of business, and be smart about who I associate myself with, and all of those things, and make my own decisions. And of course, any one of you who are artists, there's nothing wrong with having somebody else do that for you. If you don't like this stuff, I don't blame you. It is a ton, but just be very wary. They're gonna give you pennies on the dollar for what you can actually earn. There's an artist that I know that does sketch covers for like $15 a piece, for a company that has them do hundreds of them a month
Oh
to
wow.
make ends meet. And I'm like, dude, you could charge 20 times that. Your skills are worth 20 times that. You could do 5% of the volume of work you're currently doing and make the same amount of money. But they don't want it. Nah, that's okay. Well, okay. I mean, if that's the kind of machine you are, like, more power to you, bro.
Yeah.
That's not me, though.
Yeah.
That's not me, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No, to know your worth, I think, is something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's really important, man. Well, Todd, I think you're absolutely fantastic, bro. I mean, I thought maybe I'd just pull up real quick if you're okay with that. I want to go to your website.
yeah. Please go for it.
Yeah. So again, it's just toddbeats.com.
Hmm.
Bear with me.
Sign up for my newsletter, please. That is where
Yes.
you're going to stay the most informed on new drops, on when my commission list is going to open back up again. You're going to be able to buy my covers
Yep.
with signatures, anything you need. Um, I'm working on integrating an actual commission request form into that website. My portfolio's on there. It's not the greatest website in the world, but it's going to do what you need it to.
That's his job, man.
Um, yeah, thank you. And um, My newsletter is not like super selly. I usually like I'm gonna go through this con month and then I'm gonna do a wrap up. This is what we did. This is what was great. That kind of stuff. These are the new things that are coming out. If you want to, I'm doing a show. If you guys want to come through, jump on that. That kind of stuff. So, and I send out a newsletter about once a month, maybe twice a month if it's a busy thing that I need to let people know about. But I can't recommend that enough to stay properly informed. Of course, my Instagram and Facebook and YouTube are all great. And then, as you said, the Whatnot is a great place to go as well if you want to see me live.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the cover I was telling you that was just
Yeah. Oh
Soggy
yeah.
and Max. Oh, I love this cover, man.
Thanks, dude. Thank you.
So good, man. So good.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, but get over there. I put the link in there as well. I'll put it again. Here's that beast cover. Sheesh.
That's the one, dude. People went nuts for that cover, bro.
I mean, when you said that you practice doing lions for a month, man, I'm like, dude, it paid off, bro, because this is dope as hell. It
Thanks,
paid
dude.
off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the blood. Do you do your own coloring too?
Uh, for 90%, 95% of my covers, yes. For
That's
that one, the colors were done by an artist named Afonso Noor.
okay.
He's done stuff for Tyler Kirkham. That's actually how I found him. And then I had my other two covers. The one I showed you, the Dark Horse cover, was done by Sebastian Chang.
Mm,
He did those colors and the colors for my Twisted Turtle 3 that's coming out to help me make Deadline. But all
okay.
those Invincible covers are my colors. Everything else are all my colors. The Max Usagi is mine. The Darkness. I try to do. I try to be the complete artist. I'm
Yeah.
really not. I don't necessarily want to rely on colorists, but sometimes you gotta you gotta ask for a little help, and they're very good at what they do, so I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
They
Even
make me look good.
oh yeah, for sure. Even last night, the foil like COA that came with everything that you were selling, I saw you cutting
Yeah,
those yourself and everything. Those things look
yeah.
pretty awesome, man.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, yeah. I try to do stuff that's unique and handmade, and I want the fans that are hardcore fans to feel like they're truly getting a piece of me. You know what I mean? I'm not just like churning out some dribble piece that is, overpriced and whatever. I'm trying to give you something that shows you, because I feel like they feel that. I
Yeah,
feel like when they touch that print and they touch that COA, that energy I put into it is transferred to them. I think people can tell when it's a cash grab, or when it's just auto signatures that aren't the real artist, or
yeah.
I try to do as much of it as I can on my own. Yeah.
Hmm. No, absolutely. It comes across, man. You just seem
Thank you.
yeah, invincible. Like this invincible line is gonna blow up, man. I mean, it already
Dude.
did. You sold through
Yeah.
everything so quick last night. I was like,
Yeah.
understandably, man, these are
Yeah.
phenomenal.
We did that pre-sale drop 10 days ago, and they sold out in like 2 hours. So um and that's wild to me. Like, I thought, oh yeah, we'll let these trickle through until the cons come up, and then we'll have stuff. But it was like,
Nope.
dude, okay. That was a nice day. It's like, I guess we're going out to eat tonight, hun.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Nah,
getting steak tonight, baby.
we're eating the good stuff, babe. I love it, man.
Thanks, dude.
Absolutely incredible. So I'll put the link once again in there as well. So go over to Todd's website and check that out. You got his whatnot, his Instagram, his YouTube page if you want to watch him do lives.
Yeah.
All that stuff is right here. Make sure you go over and follow Todd everywhere. Todd, you're killing it, man. I couldn't be happy for you, bro. You're so talented.
Thank
And
you, brother.
yeah, and I look forward to seeing you at MegaCon. Will Miss Beats be there?
Miss Beats will not be at
Okay.
MegaCon. She's
I'm
coming
kind of
with me
glad
to.
after my faux pas earlier, man.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
any beef with the wife, bro.
You're safe. You're safe.
Okay.
Yeah. She'll attend with me at ECCC in Seattle here
Okay.
this coming week. We actually get there on Wednesday, but I'm doing Orlando and LA MegaCon and WonderCon solo so that she can be home taking care of the dogs.
Yeah.
And um, she loves it. She loves traveling with me. I wish I could take her every single time, but sometimes it's like it's a grind. She's not she can absolutely hang at the convention, no
Yeah.
problem, but she's not exactly like, yay,
Yeah.
let's go sit and look at comics all day long. So
No, I get it. I'm in the grocery industry, so we have our version of cons where like
yeah,
companies with new products come out. We have conventions, and you have to set up your table, and buyers go by like grocery store owners.
yep,
I've taken
yep,
my wife in about 15 minutes in. She's like, I'm gonna go walk around, and
yeah.
I'll get
She's like,
something
I'm
to eat.
good.
I'm like, oh, I'll be in the car. I'm gonna go to the room or whatever.
Yeah,
She's like, she's done,
yeah,
man. And I'm just talking all day long. It's just
yeah.
crazy, man.
It's a lot, bro. I am exhausted after those are done. So it's a ton, bro, but worth it, worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, congratulations with everything, Todd. I really appreciate your time tonight, man. I had a blast with you. Hope it's not our last time. When you're able to kind of announce everything that's going on with DC, man, I would love to have you back. Let's make a big deal about that because
Absolutely.
that is amazing.
It will be relatively soon. I know that the cover should be coming. They have not given me an official date on the art due, but the release of the cover will be in May and should be a Amazing Con, which is in Las Vegas exclusive. That's the plan. So would love to come on and do another show with you, brother.
That would be amazing, Todd. Yeah, I would love it. And I have to figure I got a buddy in Vegas, so I don't know if I'll get to that one, but I'll have to make sure that he picks one up for me too while you're there.
Hell yeah.
I
All
love
right.
it. Well, Todd, thank you so much, man. Have a great rest of your week. And again, I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely, brother. Thanks for having me on, and thank you to all the fans that support this crazy dream of mine, and guys like you as well, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You deserve it. Appreciate it,
All right,
brother.
brother.
Hang tight real quick. Everybody in the chat, thanks so much, man. Have a great week, and we will talk soon.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.